Hello, welcome to another episode of New Gameplay. Today I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Marcus Stewart.
Oh, I'm here.
Hello, and Alex Van Aken.
Hey, how are you?
Doing quite well. Guys, what are we looking at?
We are looking at a new game, a new Steam game called Teardown. It's in early access, and I think that the pitch of this game is like the opposite of Minecraft. Instead of building things up, you are tearing them down.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's like reverse Legos, I guess.
Like reverse Legos, exactly.
It's
So
a
I
fun
guess
part.
we're role playing as the younger brother who comes in and tears down your Lego set that you spent hours building up.
Finally, I can finally do that with no consequence.
Yeah. So I've seen some videos on this, and I'm just curious if you could fill me in. I have some important questions. First and foremost, is there a point to this, or is it just fun? Oh, look at that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna spell my name for a second there.
Oh.
Oh.
Can
Can you guess?
Brand.
Can you guess?
Clever branding.
Wow, very
You're
good.
A regular Banksy.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry. What was your question before I
What's
distracted
the
us?
point of this? I guess we'll just
The
get right
point
to
of
it.
this is, are you angry?
Yeah.
Does 2020 have you down?
Yes.
Well, why don't you just blow some of your frustration out on random buildings?
Okay.
And watch them turn into particles. That's pretty much the gist. This is a physics simulator, and you'll see in a second. I'm trying to catch things on fire right now, but there are fire physics that will kind of spread to certain materials in the game. It's a very smart game in terms of like whoever programmed this had a job to do. Let me tell you, because different surfaces react differently to certain tools and elements within the world. Every vehicle in the game has its own separate physics that you can control and operate. So right now we've got this giant, plow, and that operates differently than the dump truck and so on and so forth.
You're talking about people being very smart. Alex, I have to point out, you're trying to burn down this stucco building, then you come to this rickety shack and you're like, sledgehammer.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just saying.
Right. Right now I'm trying to get a bunch of wood together so that I can catch it all on fire.
Oh, so actually you are the smartest. I apologize.
Your
Yeah,
question
I'm
is
fueling the fire.
methods, but you can't argue with the results.
No, absolutely not.
No. And to your point, Jeff, so like because I've been playing this too. I'm like maybe an hour into it, a few missions in, and yeah, it's basically like a heist game.
Okay.
Too,
Yeah.
where the idea is that you're this dude who like accepts jobs that your mom finds because you're poor, and so your mom is like getting emails from these really shady people that just need a demolition expert to do things like a guy like, hey, I want to park my yacht here, but this dock is too big. Can you like destroy it because I'm a rich like jerk?
Okay.
And then you just go do that, and they give you money for it. And some missions have like objectives that are time based, and so the idea for those is that you want to try to create a path to kind of get the job done as quickly as possible. So I did one where I had to collect like 3 computers or like or something, and then it's like, okay, once you start doing this, you're gonna have 60 seconds to go get all 3 before the cops show up. And so before you start the timer, you're going around kind of finding all 3 and then just blowing holes in the walls or demolishing entire buildings. But like, okay, I think this is a quick route, but I can do this. And then kind of like hitting play and just kind of having it all play out. So there is some like strategy to what you're trying to smash apart.
This map we're looking at right here is the first mission, and it's more so a little sandbox or tutorial, kind of showing you what to do. And we'll get to the next mission that we'll be looking at here in a few. And
Did
that
you just
is
do
like
that,
more of a
Alex?
heist.
What's up? Why did you spray? Did you try to turn it into mustard or something?
I'm just marking things.
Very
If
cool.
you have a spray can, you have to spray things, right?
Yeah. It's
That's
important
okay.
to mark the territory that you're about to immediately destroy.
Yes, fair enough.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Marcus, how did you get into the heist all that much? Because I pretty much have not. I've just blown stuff up. I'm a simple man.
It's very valid. It's a very satisfying thing to do. Yeah, I've done a few of the like main missions. Like after this mission is when you start getting like objectives,
Yeah.
Like you said, this is just kind of teaching how to mess stuff up. But yeah, so far the stuff that I've seen has been like, hey, go collect X number of this, and then the challenge comes and like, okay, these 3 things are far away. How can I go get them quickly? But on top of like finding the objectives, there's like treasure you can find and like extra money, so it kind of encourages you to kind of look around because everything kind of adds to your total at the end, so you can go steal like paintings or like. One time I broke down a wall and found like a bunch of money hidden in between walls of rooms.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like a secret stash. So it's like, oh, okay. So it's kind of like, hey, go smash everything because you never know what you might find and stuff. But you also have to be careful sometimes. It'll tell you like, hey, if you start the alarm system, it'll alert the cops, or if you start a fire, you'll have this much time. So you have to kind of like maybe not go too crazy sometimes. But yeah, so
we've got warthog physics going on here. You just keep pressing forward and eventually you will flip over.
This is like those stories you see every year. Someone builds a snowman around a fence post and then a fucking guy in a truck tries to knock it over. That chimney seems to be a real problem for you.
I know. There we go. We got it.
Oh, nice. See, I didn't know there was a dump truck. It took me forever to figure out what to do here because I was like, oh, I threw all the bombs and I thought I ran out, and then I found the bulldozer you had earlier, and that's what I used. But your way is a lot more elegant, I think.
I wouldn't call it elegant.
Yeah.
Definitely elegant. Yeah.
This is how,
yeah.
If Da Vinci was a demolition expert, he probably would have done it like that.
Now, one thing that I loved about this game is the sounds. Like the sound design is like really chunky, and it kind of just plays into that player feedback that it just makes you feel good when you're just doing things in the world, whether you're smashing things or putting fires out. It all feels very good, and it's like this weird like drug where you just like I have to keep smashing.
Yeah, very cathartic. It's like the video game version of like those museums, or what is those like stress museums that let you go in and just smash things?
Oh, I haven't heard of those.
IKEA, I think.
Oh yes,
absolutely. And I think we're about to finish this mission here in just a second.
Yeah, I just say like, I think people think they see the like blocky graphics and they think, oh, it's kind of lame looking, but man, the lighting is so beautiful on there, and like the depth of field effects. And
yes,
exactly, like the motion blur, like that's what really puts it over the top.
So I believe the engine, I'm not sure if they used the engine to build it. I'm pretty sure they did. I know for a fact you can use the engine to import your own custom levels, but there's a voxel engine that I've done 3D art in before for a couple of projects, and it's called Magica Voxel. And yeah, it does all of that's like known for this lighting, and that's why I believe everything is done in that, because it's like classic Magica Voxel lighting. But yeah, it's gorgeous, and it kind of brings a new spin to voxel-based games.
Do you have another mission for us here, or
we got one more mission?
Oh, beautiful!
This one has some cool vehicles. It's a new setting. And yeah, there's some more things to do. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is your hub. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go into your computer, you select your mission. Usually it's a little more. There's some more dialogue you sift through. I just kind of skip through all that.
Right.
Yeah, like that's like
of this.
The messages your mom like it actually reminds me of Hotline Miami in between missions. You go get the phone call or whatever. It's like you go to the computer and your mom is like, hey, this crooked cop wants you to do something for them, and they said if you do it, they'll overlook the fact that you destroyed that building.
I'll say that this seems to be fulfilling something like what I would consider a broken promise back in the day when Blast Core was first revealed. I was like, this is a game where I get to blow everything up, and then it's like, oh yeah, I get to like be a nanny for this slow-moving bomb and move things out of the way. It's like I just wanted to do the blow stuff up thing, and like ever since then, like there have been games where you get to blow things up and everything, but it seems like the gameplay is always just a little too obtrusive, or it's a little too hand-holdy to keep me from just doing what I want to do, which is break everything. So this seems like it's the culmination of everything I've hoped and dreamed for decades.
Absolutely. This vehicle that I just got in is my favorite vehicle, by the way. You can go ahead, Marcus, though. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like driving big vehicles like that and just running them headfirst into brick walls and buildings is maybe the most satisfying thing for me. Like I drove that crane that you have right there. I drove it straight into that tall building straight ahead. Oh, I didn't know you could lift the truck.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, does that hook work, or is it like so finicky you can't do it? And there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it works. It works, baby.
Oh, I need to try that next time. I did not know that.
Yes. Yeah, you'll see in this gameplay. I get very obsessed with the hook.
Yeah. I mean, you're off the hook, Van Aken.
I know.
Wow.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that compliment.
Very nice. Oh, this is gonna end well. I see. Oh, just dip in it. Very cool.
We gotta make it soggy first before you eat it. It's like a hot dog eating competition.
The Kobayashi technique, competitive eating.
Oh, I love that.
Oh well, goodbye.
On to bigger trucks.
Yeah. So this is in Steam Early Access right now.
Correct. Yep.
To your knowledge, is it coming to other platforms, or is this just going to be a PC game?
I feel I would love to see it. Marcus, you might know better than me. Go ahead.
When I checked their site, it just said for now they were working on just PC, but they didn't necessarily rule out consoles.
But I did Google it, and I will say that the title of this game does not do them any favors for SEO, because if you search PS5 Teardown, it is accurate what it gives you, but it's not what I wanted to know.
Yep.
Now
Yeah.
I've seen the inside of a PlayStation 5 more than I wanted to, but it did not give me any details about whether or not the game Teardown is coming to PlayStation 5.
Yeah, so I think right now it's $19 or $20 on Steam, $19.99, and I'm wigging out on the physics here for a second.
Yeah.
This is like you get these little bugs in physics games, but it's honestly part of the fun as well and the charm.
Yeah.
Like it reminds me of old like Gary's mod stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so it's $19.99 on Steam right now, early access. And yeah, I would love to see this come to. I don't think this would be able to run on, or at least in its current state, on last gen tech. But I think PS5, Series X could probably do some cool stuff with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I could just play it on my gaming PC. I'm just
exactly, yeah. And for reference, for people who are wanting to check this out on PC, the footage you're looking at, I recorded on my 2070 Super, and I had really no issues with performance. So
yeah, I played it on my gaming laptop. I don't know what it is because I'm not smart like you, Alex, but it ran it really well. So take that for what you will.
You've heard it. So if you've got Marcus's gaming laptop, you're going to be doing pretty well.
You can find that at your Best Buy.
Just tell Marcus sent you. I'll have what he's having. Very nice. Cool.
Oh, nice. Back right up into that.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I'll put us forward into I'll move the footage forward a little as we end. Just so you can see the end of like the heist situation, because
so at what point did you remember that there was indeed a heist?
I know, right? Pretty late. So it's gonna have me save because it doesn't want me to fail. And I've just triggered the alarm. And so Marcus, this is where I flubbed it. I was confused as what I was doing because I was so enamored by blowing things up. You're supposed to escape at this point, right?
Yeah, so there's a map. So once you find the 3 targets, it marks them on your map, thankfully. So you can kind of just pull up the map and just kind of visualize what the route you want to go for is.
And see, I try to escape right here, but the doors are locked. And I'm like, oh no, this is bad for me.
What I did was I took that pickup truck you threw into the lake earlier, and I drove it. I did was I just drove it through the brick wall next to the gate and made a hole and just left.
Yeah. Well, I've destroyed all of my potential escape routes, I think. And you can see I'm frantically trying to get to another alarm to turn it off, but spoilers, I'm not successful in the end. But there's a lot of depth to this game, and it's fun. And it has something for people like me who just want to blow stuff up, or if you want a little more depth, you can do the heist stuff.
If you're like a thinking man's genius, then this is a very sophisticated game for you as well.
Yes.
Great. Excellent. Well, guys, thanks for showing this off, and I'm going to download it and check it out. I'm excited.
Me too.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. And thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, that person was really good at playing that game. Those other people were really good at talking about it, too. If you find yourself saying either of these things, subscribe to Game Informer on YouTube for new episodes of New Gameplay Today every week, covering the hottest new and upcoming releases.